Part 1. Have you ever felt it? That dull ache of disappointment, right after achieving something you worked so hard for. The job you dreamed of, the house you saved for, the degree you fought to earn. And yet, not long after, that warm glow of satisfaction fades, replaced by a quiet whisper. Now what? This is not failure. This is not a flaw in you. This is the hedonic treadmill, the cruel paradox of human psychology, where we run endlessly toward happiness, but remain in place, always adapting, always craving more. Think back. Remember the first time you bought something big? A car, a phone, maybe even your first apartment. Remember how ecstatic you felt? Now, how do you feel about it today? That's adaptation. Our brains are wired to return to a baseline, no matter how high we rise or how low we fall. And that's not just a theory. It's a scientifically observed pattern. Psychologists like Philip Brickman and Dan Gilbert have studied how people return to their happiness set point even after lottery wins or life-altering accidents. And that can feel hopeless. But it's not, because once we understand this treadmill, we can step off it. We can begin walking a different path, not toward fleeting highs, but toward durable fulfillment. This journey is not about giving up goals. It's about redefining what truly brings us joy. It's about breaking free from the illusion that the next thing will finally complete us. So ask yourself, if achieving your goals won't make you happy, then what will? That is the journey we begin today, together. Part 2. Let's begin with a truth most people never say out loud. Happiness doesn't live at the finish line. It lives in the process. But society teaches us otherwise. From the moment we can walk, we're asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? As if life is a checklist, as if becoming something, someone, is the goal. So we chase it. We chase the promotion, the perfect partner, the six-figure income, the admiration, the applause. But we never ask, why do I want this? Let me tell you a story. There was once a young man, brilliant, ambitious. He set a goal to become a millionaire by 30. And he did. But on his 30th birthday, sitting in a luxury apartment he once fantasized about, he felt empty. He realized it wasn't the money he wanted. It was the feeling he thought money would bring. Security, worth, freedom. That man began again. This time, chasing meaning instead of milestones. And it changed his life. Here's the secret. It's not the goal itself that creates happiness. It's the alignment between who you are and what you're pursuing. Are your goals growing from your values? Or are they borrowed from what the world told you should matter? We need to shift from external validation to internal alignment. Not, what can I achieve? But what kind of life do I want to experience every day? Because when the journey itself becomes meaningful, happiness is no longer a reward. It's a companion. Part 3. Let's talk about presence. Not the gift-wrapped kind. The kind you can't see, only feel. Presence is the antidote to the hedonic treadmill. Because while the treadmill traps us in the future, presence roots us in now. Most of us live in a loop. When I have this, then I'll be happy. When I fix this, then I can relax. But there is no then. There is only now. And yet, we resist the moment. We scroll, we distract, we numb ourselves. Not because we don't care, but because we're afraid to feel. But here's what most never realize. Every time we pause, breathe and truly notice the life unfolding around us. We reclaim joy, or joy is not the same as excitement. Excitement fades. Joy is quieter, more faithful. It's in the steam rising from your morning tea. It's in the laughter you share with a friend. It's in the stillness of being, when nothing is missing and nothing more is needed. This is not spiritual fluff. Mindfulness practices, gratitude journaling, and meditation have been shown in countless studies to rewire the brain, increasing long-term well-being, reducing anxiety, and even lowering depression. Fulfillment isn't hidden, it's neglected. And maybe it's time we start noticing what we already have before chasing what we don't. You don't need to escape your life. You need to enter it fully. Part 4. Growth. It's what we think we want, but often it's what we fear the most. Why? Because real growth means letting go of who you were for someone you haven't yet met. And that's terrifying. The hedonic treadmill tricks us into chasing the safe kind of growth: visible success, measurable progress, external validation. But the deeper growth? That's invisible. It's when you choose honesty over comfort, boundaries over people-pleasing, healing over hiding. You won't get applause for that kind of growth, but you'll get peace. Real transformation begins when we stop chasing what we think will make us happy and start choosing what makes us whole. So ask yourself, are your goals feeding your ego or your soul? Are you building a life that looks good or feels right? Because durable fulfillment isn't loud. It doesn't scream. It whispers. And it begins the moment you decide that your worth isn't defined by your outcomes, but by your courage to live in alignment with your deepest truth. That's the kind of growth that matters, the kind that lasts. Part 5. So here we are. At the summit of this exploration, you've walked through the illusion of goal-based happiness. You've questioned the path. You've looked within. Now, a final question remains. What do you truly want? Not from life, but with it. Because the purpose of life isn't to be endlessly satisfied. It's to be alive, to feel deeply, to love fiercely, to create boldly, to rest peacefully. Yes, goals can inspire you, but they should never imprison you. When happiness is tied to outcomes, you suffer. When happiness flows from meaning, you thrive. So set goals, yes, but set them as expressions of your values, not band-aids for your emptiness. And remember, happiness isn't something you chase. It's something you cultivate every day, in your habits, in your mindset, in your relationships, in the quiet moments when no one is watching. That is where real joy lives. You are not broken for feeling empty after achieving something big. You're human, and now you're awake. So walk forward, not on a treadmill, but on your own sacred path. And trust that fulfillment is not found at the end. It's found in the way you live right now.